Davonshire House presents Olivia Gaines in the Technicians series with Book 10, Blind Spot. Man. Cherry exhaled in frustration, waiting anxiously for the arrival of Slow. She hadn't physically seen the man in years, and tonight, there were things that needed to be shared, and dues that needed to be paid, but she was out of time. Her cousin was out of time. She needed to get to Shanita and stay hot on the trail if she planned to find her before the collector took her underground. A light tap came at the door frame, and for the oddest reason, she checked her hair, then her teeth, and finally her breath, in case he wanted to be mannish and try to steal a kiss. A kiss was all she had time to give, and she needed to move. The front door opened wide and Mr. Slow stood on her porch looking just as sexy as she remembered, bringing back all the nasty thoughts of the man's slow-handed lovemaking. "Damn, you still make me get all tingly when I see you," she told him, pulling him inside and closing the door. "And you're almost 2 days late. I've been following leads and trails on Shanita, and I think I might know where he's keeping her. I have him on the run. If he's on the run, 9 times out of 10, he's not going to stop to sample the product." "Cherry, slow down," he cautioned. "I was late because Hump ran into a scenario which got her shot and stabbed. Lucky for her I found the lady in time. Let's not have the same thing happen to you." "Oh, it is not happening to me. I'm a sniper, I don't do up close and personal," she said, "but I have to find my cousin." "Okay, what's the plan? How can I help?" he told her. He watched the perfectly tight little ass he loved to grip in his large hands as he pulled all the sweetness that was cherry to his mouth and slurped his fill. His eyes averted since he didn't want her to turn around and he'd be standing there like an idiot with a rager. His admiring stare turned to a scowl and she bent over, lifting what looked like a child's diaper bag and a kitty suitcase. She turned quickly, passing both items to him. His eyebrows arched. "What is this?" "This is part of what I need from you," she said, calling into the other room. A small child, no more than 3 maybe 4, came forward. An adorable little girl with a large pink bow in the top of her curly black hair. "You're on duty until I get back." "The hell you say?" "I'm not a babysitter," he said, passing the items back. "It's not babysitting when it is your own. When the child belongs to you, it is called parenting. I need you to parent our daughter until I can get back," she told him. The expression on his face was priceless as he looked at the child, then at the mother. Slow pointed to himself. He again looked at the child. Try as he made to wrap his mind around what had been said, it didn't seem to be happening in his head. "How? Why? When? Hold on, Cherry, you can't simply expect me to. Expect you to what, Michael?" she asked, using his given name. "Remember those nights in Tijuana, about 4 or so years ago? See, you do remember. So did my ovaries, who decided you were a prime male specimen and allowed an egg to be fertilized. Meet your egg. Michael, this is Naomi. Naomi, say hi to your daddy." "Hi, Daddy," the child said. "Hi," he replied, scowling, his chest growing tight. Swallowing a wad of spit, he finally managed to get out, "I can't." "Why didn't you tell me?" "Call me? Allow me to help you." "I'm asking for help now," she said. "Get the bags, take the car seat, take our daughter home. I'll call when I get free." The child fastened her tiny coat, fiddling with the buttons. "Cherry, honestly? This is how you want to handle this?" "I have no other options to handle this, Michael. Shanita was my backup and childcare provider. I have to find my cousin, not for the childcare, which helped a great deal while I worked to keep a roof over our heads, but because she's like my sister. I love her and I will not sleep until she is home safe. Help me. Take our child. Cherry, I have no idea what to do with a kid. Feed it, water it, allow it to sleep regular hours, and don't kill it. Mr. Slow, please read her a story at night, provide affection and engage in full-sentence conversation so her cognitive abilities will develop," Cherry told him, picking up her work bag. "Also, as often as you can, tell Naomi you love her, and buy gifts as tokens of your affection when she does something spectacular." Kind of like the stuff you did for me to get me into your bed. She bent low, opening her arms for the toddler. The child walked into the embrace, but her eyes were on the man she'd call Daddy. His eyes as well were on her. She pulled away from her mother, her small mouth opening to say her first sentences to the man who entered her small world. "Daddy, I gotta poop," Naomi said, turning around, lifting the coat to show him her tiny, bright yellow flower-laden tights-covered butt. "Dear Jesus," he said, as Cherry walked over to him. She tiptoed and planted a kiss on his lips. "Take care of our baby. I'll be in touch soon," she said and walked out into the night. She didn't look back at him. She didn't look back at their child. Cherry marched into the night just as she had on the evening she walked out on him. He didn't have the courage to go after her then, but now, he had a reason for her to come back. She had a reason to come back. The reason spoke up again. "Daddy, stinky air came out my booty. Lord, order my steps," he prayed silently, lifting his daughter for the first time in his arms, looking for the bathroom, to start a journey into a life he never imagined having, and couldn't see, living any other way.